Why is it important for children to have access to education, and how does child labor affect their ability to go to school?
So we all know that education opens a lot of opportunity for us in the current and our future. So by having a child to work at an early age will deprive their ability to have a good education for them to improve their current and future life.
Very good answer. Next question. How can our community work together to create a safer environment for the children?
So in my opinion, I think the community need to work together to enforce the children's right for them to have a safe environment, not only for them to have a good education but also have a good life balance.
Okay, thank you very much. The next question. How do you think child labor and trafficking impact the lives of children?
So child labor is another thing, but child trafficking is a more serious thing, and it will definitely impact a child's physical and mental health, as having a child to work on some extensive physical tasks will cause some physical injuries, which will cause them to have a trauma that will affect their future life.
Okay, thank you very much for me. What you know about child labor and trafficking?
It's a crimes that happen around the world, and not just our country, but around the world. There's many cases of this, and it has made the kids suffer from the pain. So they kidnap them or sell them. It's high price. It's for them.
Okay, next question. Have you ever come across or heard about situations where children are made to work or forced into certain activities?
Yeah, of course, because I have seen this many news. It has come to the end of the case, but it's also have many of this kind. It's like they kidnap them and they sold them to some country, not the country I cannot say, sorry. To some country that it can be exported from another country and they sell them. It's very scary for the children out there.
Very good point of view. Next question. Why is it important for us to emphasize with kids who might be going through child labor or trafficking?
All this, we need to know that nowadays the new generations, the kids or children, is a future for the country itself. They need to develop their country. It's for the future, and then they can't be suffering into this kind of crime. It's especially hurts for them. It's deep pain. That's why we need to secure them.
Have you ever noticed children working in conditions that seems unfair and unsafe?
So far, what can I see? They are fair under their parents' shop. So far, they guide it quite well, especially serving dish that time. The parents teach the kids how to serve, how to train them really quite well. But if near the hawkers area, maybe the children always play around nearby the hawkers, may be dangerous. If they're helping their parents serving food, I think it's better.
Okay. Next question. How do you think being involved in child labor or trafficking affect a child's life?
Physical and psychology, of course, will be affected. Their minds, and I think they are afraid a lot of things, and maybe how to say, in the dark, they always live in the dark. This will be affect their life really. Depressions, fears, all these things they will face.
Okay, thank you. Third question. What do you think we can do as a community to prevent child labor and trafficking?
As a parents, we have to do our best to guide our kids, not to mix around unknown people, especially Facebook and matching. Okay, then pen pal, okay, from pen pal, okay. All these things have to be inform parents. Parents also need to communicate with their kids, avoid all these strangers, and of course, teachers also have to give a good educations, educate their student. This is dangerous in their life. Or some video, they have to show some videos to show the kids. So this is what I can say. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much.
Interview with you, okay. So the first question is, have you ever heard about kids who have to work when they should be playing or going to school?
Yes, recently I have a case study about this child labor thing also. So I think it's very common nowadays.
Okay. So why is it important for kids to have time for fun and learning?
Personally for me, I think that can be more entertainment for a kid and children. Then there will be more, how to say, having entertainment got freedom. So when they got freedom, they will not think about other things like going to work or something, and instead they will also study a lot of knowledge from educational platform like YouTube channel.
Well, how might working instead of going to school affect a kid's life?
For me, I think if child go working instead of going to school, they will not be educated and they will be don't have the knowledge, and maybe they will become a gangster or something, because when you are not educated, you will become a bad person. So if you are educated, then you will be a good student and you have many knowledge, and it will be very good for helping yourself in the future of working.
Amazing, thank you for sharing. So I'm going to do an interview with you, okay? So the first question is, what do you think can be done to keep all kids safe from having to do things that are too hard or not safe?
I feel like government should play a huge part in this. They should enforce new laws and just strengthen the current laws about child labor and all. And I feel like NGOs also play a big part in this, because these children are going to work because they need money to support their family. So if NGOs can play a part in helping them in their daily life or in necessities, I think all these problems can be solved.
So the next is, can you share your thought of how education plays a role in preventing child labor and trafficking?
I think with enough education, I feel like people will have a much more wider thinking around about the world and all. So with child labor abolished and all, people can think further and think much bigger in scale, which would help in a lot of ways, such as developing the country, and especially like growing countries where they really need a lot of smart minds.
Okay, and the last is, have you ever heard about kids around the world who have to work instead of going to school? What comes to your mind when you think about that?
Yes, I've heard about it a lot, especially in like a lot of third world countries where the government, even though they are focusing a lot on developing their countries, they still can't focus on their education for all for the children and all. So I feel like, yeah, mostly in developing and third world countries, I feel like that should change.
I appreciate it.